Okay, we're live. Hello, it's Bill, the Knee Pain Guru. Today is Monday, May 9th, 2022. Today we're going to talk about knee hyperextension. Before we get into that, let's see. We're going to get that going. If you have questions, you're watching the replay of this and you have questions, please type those in the comment section. If you have, if you're live here on the call, you can type those in the live chat and I will address those questions before I get off the call. Without further ado, we are going to zip right into the question. The question comes from, I'm going to spell it because there's no way I'm going to be able to pronounce this. Spliqq. Okay. They write, I remember watching your videos from 3 years ago in which you talked about relaxing the knee, but are there any methods to properly relax the knee? Absolutely. It works with the intrinsic movement of the joint. Relaxing the knee, in order to understand how to relax the knee, you have to understand the vector and the force that got stuck in the knee joint. Meaning, when your knee, you have an accident, an injury, a surgery, a trauma, your knee tenses up. There is a direction of a vector and a force that gets stuck in the knee joint. It gets stuck in the intrinsic movement of the joint. The slight twisting, the slight side to side, the slight forward and back, the slight tilting and apart and together tension patterns which comprise the intrinsic movement of the knee joint. Your knee joint moves more than just like the gross motor movement, which is extension and bending. When we have a tension pattern that gets stuck that way, it's important to learn how to feel which of these tension patterns that is going a specific direction and force, or a combination of a series of direction and force that's stuck in the knee joint. When we create a neutral in the joint, in this direction, this vector, this force that gets stuck in the knee joint, that is going to feel comfortable. So we can talk about it as far as like physics and biology and understanding of the neurology of your knee that way. Or I can say, get your knee in a position of comfort and hold it there for a period of time so the body will let go of that tension pattern on its own. So as we work with the intrinsic movement of the joint in a way where we feel relief, we're establishing a contrast between how your knee currently feels and how your knee feels differently other than how it currently feels. So you work with your knee in a rotation. One direction, you're going to feel something. The other direction, you're going to feel something different. You're going to articulate that. Everyone is going to articulate that differently. They could say, well, it moves easier to the right, not to the left. It feels like I hit a wall when I rotate it to the right. It feels achy when I turn it to the left. Find one of those directions that you like more, that you feel more comfortable with, that has a greater ease of movement or a greater range of motion, and hold it there for a period of time until the neurology changes. This is going to be different for everyone. The amount of time that you're going to have to hold it, the direction that you'd have to hold it, the degree that you have to hold it is all going to be different. This is a feel thing to begin to learn how to teach your neurology to feel something different. So this is like next level understanding of what's going on in your knee. This isn't about exercises to strengthen the muscles in the legs in the hopes that the pain will go away, or stretching it in the hopes that the pain will go away. This is zeroing in and customizing a position of comfort that your knee feels good about right now. Now, here's the cool part. Once we find that position of comfort, it's going to change. It's going to shift. It's going to move. That's what we're looking for. That's what gives us our pattern to get your knee out of pain. So this isn't solely about the physically what's going on in your knee. This is about how your knee feels. So when we talk about how it feels, we're talking about emotions. We're going to talk about what do you think? Which direction goes better? So we're going to incorporate a mental component in terms of releasing these tension patterns. The mental, the emotional, the physical, and that all comprises who you are as a human being. Mental, emotional, physical. When we create that comfort, when we find that position of comfort for you physically, your neurology changes, how your knee feels changes, emotional, how you think about your knee being able to heal is going to change. Your movement is going to change physically because it's going to feel looser. The neurology relaxes. It creates space. And that all comprises and shifts things spiritually as well. Anyhow, if that's making sense, give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for future videos as I do these quite often to help you understand. And this is a lot of people are like, well, why don't you show this? Why don't you do it? Because every position of comfort is going to be unique and different for every person's situation. And you mentally have to be open that this is a different type of an approach. This isn't just like a cookie cutter that I'm going to say, okay, do this many sets and reps and your knee's going to be out of pain. That's not how it works. We have to take in a lot of different components. In order for this to be a holistic approach, you have to look at, is your body dehydrated or not? What's your diet look like? How can we change the neurology in the knee? What supplements might you take or eliminate that is going to support your body's ability to heal what's going on? Exercise or stopping exercise, stretching or stopping stretching, mobility, your mental approach. What do you do if you get stuck and frustrated with the speed at which your knee is healing? We need to look at all of these in order to move you from where you're at, to get you unstuck, to move you forward. So it's going to be different for everyone. Okay, let's see. Hyperextended. Let's see. I hyperextended my knee 3 weeks ago and still fully can't straighten it. So there's a tension pattern that is going on in the knee. This is Spliqq. That is going on when the knee was hyperextended. And the knee could have been hyperextended because they missed a step, or they stepped in a hole, or they got kicked in the knee. They're all different tension patterns. Oh, it says 3 weeks ago I was riding a scooter down a hill and couldn't get the brake in time. So it turned, so I braked with my left leg and hyperextended it. Doc said I didn't tear anything, just some leg contusions seen in my MRI, but I can't straighten my leg fully bend my knee, and fully get my knee down. So there is what would be known as a pucker factor that took place when you're going down in the scooter. The body tenses up to protect itself. That gets locked in the neurology and limits the range of motion in the knee. So we need to begin to look at how this tension pattern is being displayed so we can work on specific, what I refer to as pain pattern interrupts, or how we could change the neurology in the knee to be able to let go of that tension pattern. So, I'm not remembering the name. Spliqq. Hopefully that is helpful. If that makes sense, give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for future videos. And if you would like more information, you'd like more help and support, then you can shoot us a text or give us a call on the toll-free number 877-891-9484, or you can head on over to my website and get a complimentary membership to Knee Club Lite. That you can head on over to thekneepainguru.com and do so. If there anybody still has questions, or you are watching the replay, you can type those in the comments section or the live chat. I use those for future videos, for future subjects. If there's something that I explained today that wasn't clear, please ask. Something you're dealing with currently with your knee that you're stuck with, please ask. If there's something the doctor said that didn't quite make sense, or the physical therapist said that didn't quite gel for you, ask me. I could translate it or attempt to translate it so it makes sense. Because consequently, what happens is when you go to the doctor, there's a little bit of a deer in the headlights, not really sure what to do or how to do it or what to ask or how to ask. I could give you some questions to write down to ask. So just some suggestions. So I'm going to play a short video for you, promo for my group coaching program. And that'll give you some time to type in some questions. The video is about a minute long. And if there aren't any questions when I come back, then we can wrap it up. Okay, thank you so much. Here you go. Okay, and we are back. Didn't see any questions come in or comments, and that's okay. If you're watching the replay, you can type those in, and I will use those on future videos. So, this is Bill Paravano, the Knee Pain Guru. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you on the next one.